In Part 32 of Emblem Engage, we start with the four hounds talking about Sombron and their plans. Zephyr shows off a special helmet that she got from Sombron that will turn Vale into her evil self permanently. Mavia and Marnie are called away to intercept Alir in group, and Mavia requests that Zephyr wait until he gets back before she uses the crown. Next we see Alir pulling up to a port that is overwhelmed with corrupted, wyverns, miasma, all of that stuff. There is one person still alive and trying to fight up against all of them, and we can actually recruit them. This map has three paths, which are likely meant to divide up your army to take them down. The thing is that the miasma is oppressive in this game. It gives allies minus 20 defense and res, and enemies plus 20 defense and res. Now it can be overwritten, but only Corrin can do it, and Camilla if you have the DLC. So if you have the DLC, you can't even clear out all three paths. Good news is that there are cannons on the ship that can dispel the miasma and slow enemy movement. The cannons have very limited range, and also limited ammo, so they don't do much with the miasma, and we're back to square one. So the options are to fight the miasma, which is unreasonable as my units are not likely to survive a turn and will deal basically no damage. Also, the enemies move aggressively, so we can't slowly push forward and turtle. I said my best idea is to warp Alir over to recruit the one person we can on this map, which is Sapphire. She's a warrior from Brodia who is apparently 35 years old. She looked like she'd be in a retirement home. What happened to her to make her look like that? Anyway, she has decent starting stats and okay growth. She isn't bad, but she feels like she would be a better Jagan. It's definitely more reasonable than Vander. Either way, we aren't going to use her, but if you were down units, she'd be a decent replacement. So I decided the best thing for me to do after recruiting a person is to use the cannons to stall the enemy units while I get everybody onto the ship, where we start and grab some of the nearby loot. The ship at the start has a 2-wide opening as well as a 1-spot opening. So I have Boucheron, Madeline, and Louis form a wall, and have my 3 ranged mages sit on the boat and pick off some of the enemies. Since the objective is to beat the boss, we can easily stall at the enemies, and since both the bosses have 2 ranged weapons, we can beat them with our mages, as they'll approach the boat, and then the 3 range becomes 2 range, and we can take them out. And with that, the chapter ends. We take the emblem rings from Marnie and Mavier, and then Mavier, unprompted, tells Alir about the helmet that will turn Vale evil forever, so we head off after the villains to go and save Vale.